Harvard Business School doesn't teach with textbooks. They teach with real companies, real numbers, and real decisions that could make or break a business. And today, I'm breaking down one of those actual case studies for you, the same way a Harvard classroom would. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why a good product can still fail, even when everything about it looks right on paper. If you appreciate this type of content, gently tap that like button. Let's get into it. Alright, first up, the company. This case is about Aqualisa, a shower manufacturer in the UK, and a product they built called the Quartz. Aqualisa spent 3 years and about 5.8 million euros developing it. It picked up 9 patents along the way and grew their engineering team from just 6 people to 20. The end result solved a problem almost every British homeowner had: old, unpredictable plumbing that made water pressure and temperature a daily gamble. The Quartz fixed that with a remote-mounted, electronically controlled valve, giving consistent pressure and temperature no matter how bad the pipes behind the wall were. It even won the top prize at London's Bathroom Expo. On paper, this should have sold itself. Instead, 4 months after launch, Aqualisa had sold just 81 units out of the thousands their retail partners had already stocked. And that's the part that makes this case so interesting. The product wasn't the problem. Something else was. Let's talk about who actually made the buying decision, because this is the twist most people miss. You'd assume the homeowner decides which shower to buy. But in the UK market, most homeowners don't choose their own shower. Their plumber does, or at least heavily influences the choice. And plumbers, it turns out, are creatures of habit. There were only about 10,000 master plumbers in the entire UK, and they were in short supply, so they had no urgency to learn anything new. On top of that, plumbers had been burned before. In the 1980s, some manufacturers tried electronic push-button showers that were poorly made and failed constantly. And that memory made plumbers deeply suspicious of anything electronic ever since. The Quartz was new, electronic, and different, so plumbers had little incentive to recommend a product that made their job riskier, even if it was better for the customer. If breakdowns like this help you think through real business problems, hit the subscribe button. Aqualisa was stuck with a genuinely superior product that the one group controlling distribution did not trust. That brings us to the real dilemma the case puts in front of you: pricing and positioning. The Quartz retailed at 850 euros and even higher at 1080 euros for the pumped version, positioned firmly at the premium end of the market. Meanwhile, the company was already selling a cheaper electric shower line under a completely different brand name. And that line was moving far more units. So the question Harvard puts to every student in that room is this: do you keep pushing the premium Quartz brands you just spent 3 years and millions of euros building? Or do you pull back and lean on channels and pricing that already worked, even though that means walking away from the very innovation you bet the company on? A full consumer ad campaign to build Quartz into a household name would cost roughly 3 million euros to 4 million euros over 2 years. A serious bet against a company whose total profit was only around 17 million euros that year. Now, here's where I actually disagree with two of the options Aqualisa was considering. Going straight to consumers with a big ad campaign is expensive, slow, and still doesn't solve the real problem, which is the plumber still walks into the house and can talk a customer out of it in 30 seconds. And dropping into the discount DIY channel would permanently damage the premium brand Aqualisa spent years building. But here's the bigger issue nobody in the case even brings up. Why is everyone only talking about homeowners? A house has 2, maybe 3 bathrooms. That's the entire ceiling on that customer. But hotels, resorts, gyms, and hostels have dozens of bathrooms under one roof, one decision maker, and one purchase order. The case actually shows Aqualisa already had a small commercial product line, which is just 6% of the business, which tells me this channel existed and was almost completely ignored. convince one hotel chain's facilities manager instead of one plumber at a time, and you skip the entire adoption problem that was killing them everywhere else. My verdict is that Aqualisa's real move was to go all in on commercial and institutional buyers alongside developers, and treat homeowners as a slow burn side channel, not the main event. And that's the core lesson from Aqualisa Quartz. Genuinely better technology means nothing if you haven't mapped out who actually holds the power in your buying chain. If you found this useful, subscribe because I'm going to keep pulling real HPR cases apart just like this one.